Here we are at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, back 1.5 mile racing out of the Northeast swing for the Pepsi 300. On pole for tonight's race is Steve Larker in the 33. Just outside is the 18 of Michael Ferris. Then 30 have points leader Joe Jefferson. Fourth is Marcus Sacha. Running out the top 5, Jim Gambit. Then 60 have Patrick Smith. 7th, Hunter Powers. 8th, Gatlin Downey. 9th, Justin Zidell. Running out the top 10 have Christian Parker. Then for the rest of you, got Joe Sandros just outside Michael Sanders. Then Eli Bright and Levi Schultz, who won this race last season. Then Luke Rainey and Colton Yo. Wyatt Walker and then James McCurligan, Jason Larker and then Alex Stewart. Then you got Jake Galloway and John West, Tim Randolph and Justin Heath, Steve Morgan and then Jeff Beeford second in points, Code Luigi and Isaac Nichols. TJ Henley, who's won here at Charlotte in the Target Series before, has John Gambit, who is inside. They have Jeff Bright, Jonathan Raines, Max Anderson, Jay Jefferson, then Jose Fernandez and Alexander Rowe, Roland Emmerich and Juan Garcia, Roland Cook and Marcos Yepes. Running out the field, final row, 41st Jonathan Beeford, 42nd the 16 of Adam McDowell. That's your starting lineup. Steve Larker on pole. Let's go down trackside and get the command.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
All right, boys, pace and rhythm all day today. Driver's compartment, crew chief, pit crew. Pace and rhythm all day, that's all we need.
And the cars roll off here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. For what's in the past been one wild race, we've seen photo finishes, races back to the line under caution to try and win, big crashes, huge crashes on backstretch and front stretch. So it's going to be a very interesting race as they will come off a forward pace car with left-hand turn to pit road, 30 laps, and the Pepsi 300 at Charlotte. Steve Larker shares the front row with Michael Ferris in the 18. Joe Jefferson, the points leader, will start third. Can he possibly get up there and lead some laps and win this race? Here they come to the restart zone. Green flag waving. Steve Larker steps on the gas when we're racing at Charlotte. Steve Larker wanted no business being side by side through 1 and 2. He was gone on the restart. And he pulls away, but Joe Jefferson slides his way to second. Michael Ferris back to third, but down the inside lanes. They come off of 4. The draft with the 30 and the 18, propelling them up to the 33. And from the pole, Steve Larker leads up one. They're going to go 3 wide for the race lead on lap 2. Jefferson tried to block Ferris, but Ferris takes it all the way to the white line for the race lead 1. Sliding up almost some contact there. Can they get it sorted out by the time they got off of 2? And down the backstretch, they're still 3 wide, almost hitting each other. Somehow they're going to make it work for now, but into turn 3, this word's going to get very treacherous. 3 wide off of turn 4. As Ferris clears, he'll be the race leader. Hunter Powers now to second. Steve Larker does get into the wall a little bit, down to Jim Gambit, I reckon. Lap 2, and it's a big crash. Oh, that's the field. 32 spun up into the outside wall. The 38 is back there. The 33, your pole sitter. 89, the 1 is sideways. The 44 is in the grass. The 7 has damage of Isaac Nichols. Jeffrey Beeford, second in points, was back here as well. There's the 38. These guys did race back. Caution number 1 here early on. They just took lap 3. The crash happened on lap 2. So already big contact made and the field is taken out. Look at all these cars trying to get to their respective positions. I believe the 7 has to get by all of them. Then the 87 has to yield way at some point to some of these guys. Hopefully they get this sorted out before these guys come around. So let's see how this happened. They were 3 wide off the corner, and we knew that was going to be a mistake. Jim Gambit, the 31, has damage, along with many, many others. 3 wide. There's Steve Larkin, the 33 up top. He's going to just barely get the wall, but he's going to come down and get the 31. Jim Gambit, who gets Justin Zidell right here. Right there into the 6. The 20 does a great job of Joe Sandrovich. Behind them there, I reckon, too. The 23 got spun to the 9 of Raines, and then Raines comes up the track. There's Christian Parker, Michael Sanders. There's the 4. There's Code Luigi just barely getting into it in the 32. He'll actually spin up and get the outside wall. And then behind them, it was the chaos. The 4 has a ton of damage with Jason Larker. Parker is smoking. There's Steve Larker, the 89 in it of John West. So many great race cars taken out in an early crash. You can see back here, the 23 just sneaked down to the wall, got down to the 9, and then they actually got up and got the 38 as well. The 7, the 44 right there of TJ Hanley. Got into John West and some others. Jay Jefferson, Jose Fernandez was in it. Roland Cook, Marcos Yepes. So many great race cars involved in this one. We'll have some onboard cameras as well as some different camera angles of this. As you see up ahead, the 33 get into the wall, come down, gonna get some of those guys up there, but then back here it really just starts on a separate incident. No matter what, there's gonna be a crash this lap. Some cars got some pretty heavy damage in it. Wow. Pulser, Steve Larkin, the 33 is not on board. He pulled away on the first lap, but then was getting past 3 wide, and this is what happens when you're top 3 wide. Two guys did a great job of slowing again through that. Were the 70, the 88. They both slowed, they got by, and I don't believe they got any damage. Jennifer Buford, second in points, is back here. Does she get any damage in this? She gets spun around. Really just depends on how much damage she got there once she hit. The 44 TJ Hanley, we say, is one here in the Target Series before, but there was some pretty heavy damage to the front end of that car. Right there got damage, and that's pretty much where he got most of his damage, hitting the 9, so it won't slow him down too much, but he'll definitely be off pace probably, and probably not really going to be in contention. Levi Schoens was up at the front of the pack in the 15. He won this race last season, and he misses the first crash. Great job there by Schoens, knowing and getting all the way down low. So Michael Ferris in the 18 led the field back to the stripe. They, of course, stay out on the racetrack. Ferris leads back to the green flag in the number 18. Restart lap 7. Michael Ferris in the 18, the one out front. Isaac Nichols out from that crash alone. Jason Larker, Steve Larker, Christian Parker, and Justin Zidell. The 51 Roland Emmerich, the 28 John Beefer, and the 82 of Alexander Rowe are all one lap down. Marco Chapez's last car in the lead lap in the 34th position. Michael Ferris in the 18, the one out front for this restart. Hunter Powers is in second. Joe Jefferson is third. Joe Sandro is fourth. And Levi Schoens fifth. They have Marcus Sazzi in sixth. Colton Yo seventh. Wyatt Walker eighth. Patrick Smith ninth. Alex Stewart rounds out the top 10. So at the back of the field there will be some damaged cars. There's all the lap cars at the back of the field. Then you got the 41, the 16, the 19 has pretty heavy damage. The 32 has a squashed rear end. And a lot of other cars up here have damage. So pace car and Michael Ferris will control. This restart comes down into the restart zone, and we're back racing in the Target Series at Charlotte. Green flag back in the air. Pretty good restart there for the third place driver, Joe Jefferson. He looks to the high side. He's going to go all the way to the bottom lane. This is for the second position. Great move there by Joe Jefferson. He timed it right in your points leader. Going to get up to the second position, looking to lead a lap. Here to get 5 bonus points. Eli Bright, Luke Rain, the last two to break free from that pack as damaged cars are holding them up back there. Down the backstretch, side by side, Joe Jefferson peaks low on Michael Ferris. He has a run. He's underneath him through 3 and 4, a little bit higher, trying to push the 18 up the track, get a run off the corner, and he gets a good enough run. He has a push from behind, and Joe Jefferson leads the lap. That's 5 bonus points towards the point standings, and his points lead. And there's Joe Sandroge right there in the 20. Here he comes, trying to get to the bottom lane. Marcus Sacchi, the one behind, Colton Yo in the 2 as well. Down the backstretch. Oh, cars slowing. The 81 coming down pit road. Oh, he almost got run over. Wyatt Walker came down pit road. Luke Rainey's come down pit road as well. 2 guys that were running in the front pack, and they have come down pit road with some apparent issue. And that breaks the front pack to 7 cars, but they're racing like it's the last lap and that there's 30 cars behind them. I don't know what in the world happened there. I don't know why those 2 just decided to come down pit road there. They're in the front pack as if there was some sort of issue to their cars. Meanwhile, Marcus Sacchi will lead this lap. Here comes Colton Young, the 2, trying to lead a lap. He's to the bottom lane, trying to get beside the 6-6 and have a run. And the guys behind are really going to need a caution to catch up to these front 7, I believe. Levi Schoens might make it 3 wide. Thinks better if it backs out. Colton Young gets down line. Yeah, look how far ahead these guys are. The 09 and the other's going to try and run them down, but I don't know if they can. I think they're too far back. Still side by side for the race. Marcus Sacchi doing a great job on the outside lane, keeping it tough out there. He's actually going to lead another lap. Doing a great job on the outside is Marcus Sacchi. Colton Young once again trying to make that bottom lane work, but Levi Schoens might get impatient here with the 2. Now we look into the bottom of Colton Young off the corner. That's close. 3 wide down the backstretch. Code Luigi's the lap car ahead. He's very, very slow as they turn 3 wide for the race lead. Levi Schoens in the 15. Going to try and take it from Colton Yo, Marcus Sacchi, and others. Sacchi into the wall, spinning with Colton Yo. Yo into the outside wall with Marcus Sacchi. Here comes the pack into it. Gatlin down, he hits the 2 hard. Here comes some others. John West in it. Gatlin Downey's been hit, and he's upside down. Oh, gosh. Yepes just nailed Jay Jefferson, Alexander Rowe, and the 82 has been flipped by the 04 at the end. Another yellow flag. And Levi Shones, the winner of this race last season, gets back in front. It all starts with that 3-wide move in 3 and 4. And the 6-6 gets in the outside wall, gets the 2, but then others came flying into the crash and made it a lot worse than what it really was at the beginning. Let's go check out caution number 2. There's that 3 wide. There's the guy on the top getting into the wall. Comes down. Joe Sandroge is there. Spins Colton Yo to the outside wall. Look at the save Sandroge does right there, keeping off the 2 and off the wall. Great job there by Joe Sandroge to keep his race alive. And then here come other cars that are going to be coming into it. Yo is sitting sideways right here. Gatlin Downey in the 52 will just barely get him right there. Hard hit. The 2 spin down the track. John West in the 89 going to hit the 2. Then Jose Fernandez hits the 52. And then, oh, right there, the 1 flips the 52. There's TJ Hanley getting to it. Jonathan Raines once again. Jeffrey Buford second and points involved. Then Downey flips down into Roland Emmerich. Yepes nails Jefferson, Alexander Rowe. That's where Justin Heath then hits the 04, and the 04 gets into the A2 and flips Alexander Rowe up and over on his lid. What a crazy, crazy crash. Look at this in real time. That was one of the longest wrecks I've seen. Cars just kept piling in there. Right there was just going to be a 2-car incident. Sachi was going to have minimal damage. Yo with minimal damage as well. But right here, these guys coming flying, spreading out, trying to find a way to go, and there's just nowhere to go. They're in the middle of the racetrack. Hanley got even more damage than the way he had in the 44. Yeah, and there were some pretty hard hits in this one. And the A2 goes upside down. Let's go on board Jeff Buford from the 62, second in points. At the back of the pack once again, gets even more damage to her 62 Chevrolet. Oh, right there, just barely clipped the 2. I apologize, that is a Toyota Camry, not a Chevrolet. Back in front, Levi Shones in the 15. They stay on the racetrack, and Shones will now have the whole pack behind him, trying to run him down for this restart. Halfway through the race, we will restart lap number 16. So, actually, Wyatt Walker, when he came down pit road, he had a tire issue. That's why he's out of this race. His teammate Alexander Rowe finished 36 right in front of him. Roland Emmerich, Justin Heath, Marcos Yepes, Jay Jefferson, Jose Fernandez, John West, Gatlin Downey, and Colton Yo all out. Luke Raines lapped down. Remember, he came down pit road. Jonathan Buford also lapped down. 25 cars will be on the lead lap. Second in points, Jeffrey Buford restarts this race in 24th. Out front, the 15th, Levi Shones. Hunter Powers is in second. Michael Ferris third. Joe Jefferson fourth. Joe Sandroge fifth. Then Marcus Sachi in sixth. Seventh, Patrick Smith. Eighth, Jake Galloway. Tim Randolph ninth. And Steve Morgan rounding out the top 10. So into the restart zone they come. Levi Shones with the race lead. And we're back racing. Green flag back in the air. Front 2 pull away. Michael Ferris had a pretty slow restart there. Man spun the tires or he was left sleeping. Joe Jefferson cannot take advantage. There he goes to the bottom lane. Marcus Sachi may be a little bit slower there. He moves to the outside lane. Possibly has some pretty heavy damage from that wall. Joe Jefferson, your points there, grabs third from Michael Ferris. They race down the backstretch. Hunter Powers looking on Levi Shones. He pulls low just a little bit there. Now he's going to pull all the way to the bottom. He's side by side with Shones entering 3. Side by side, Hunter Powers with a great move down the bottom lane. A lot of grip down there, and he clears the 15 easily. Hunter Powers out front with 14 laps to go. And Joe Jefferson will grab the second position, entering turn number 1. Michael Ferris got down. He's up to third now. He moves past Levi Shones as Joe Jefferson moves around. Hunter Powers off 2. He's beside him. He's trying to pass him right here down the back. Great run there for Joe Jefferson trying to get back to the race lead. Your points leader has had a great season. Pretty consistent season. Can he cap it off with a win here at Charlotte? He's missing all but one. A W. Missing a mark in that W column. He's looking to get it here tonight. But Michael Ferris and some others are very hungry to get back to victory lane as well. Ferris has Patrick Smith pushing him. Joe Sandroge. It's been a long time since he's won the Target Series. We've been breaking some Target Series winless streaks lately. Can Sandrovich break his here tonight? Still have 12 and a half laps to go. Jake Galloway in the 11 right there. A lot of Toyotas here at the front. The 18, the 09, the 20, and the 11. All Toyotas, all at the front of this field. Patrick Smith clears in the 09, but Ferris with a huge run off the top trying to come back. 12 laps of racing to go. Joe Sandroge, does he get impatient? He's going to make it 3 wide right here. Sandrovich to the bottom lane. Oh, almost 4 wide. Are they going to go 4 wide? Contact in the front. They're going to make it for now. Whoa, there they go. Oh, and around. Oh, hard hit to the inside wall for Tim Randolph. Your points leader, Eli Bray as well. That was not going to work. We knew it. Two teammates leads back to the yellow. Joe Sandrovich in the 20. Jake Galloway in the 11. And is everybody okay? Randolph took a hard hit. Joe Jefferson. There he is on the apron. He's going to be coming to pit road. As this opens Jeffrey Buford up to some positions. Eli Brand, the 88, went around. Does he get damage? I don't see damage. He might be all right. And a crazy, wacky Charlotte race has just taken another twist as the leaders have crashed in another yellow flag. This time, leaders involved. Joe Jefferson, one of them, Eli Bright, and Tim Randolph takes the hardest hit of all, hard, into the inside wall. Let's check out how this caution was caused once again. 4 wide. 4 Toyotas. Joe St. George made it 3 wide. Then Jake Galloway thinks of making it 4 wide here. They make contact right there. Smith makes contact with the 20 up into Michael Ferris. They get into the wall. And then Ferris comes off the wall. And Joe Jefferson's down there. They spin into Eli and to Randolph. Right here, Jefferson's going to back it hard to the inside wall. And Randolph, oh my God, what a hit. What a hit. I don't know. Oh, that rivals Carter Friesen's Michigan crash. Eli, I think, got it good. I think he just spun and kept going. I don't know if the 88 has any visible damage. Right there, he's got damage, and maybe when the 30 gets him right there. Otherwise, I don't know if that 88 of Eli Bright has damage. I think he may have just spun out and kept it going. Right there, 4 wide. That was never going to work. What a hard hit for Tim Randolph. And it looks even worse when you look at it from the camera that's mounted right there, how fast he was going. He ends up on his lid. I hope Tim Randolph's okay after that. That's one scary accident right there. Luckily, it spun backwards into the wall, but still a hard hit right there. If he had not missed that first wall, he probably would have been okay. We've seen drivers almost hit it down there. They have hit it barely, but that's definitely the hardest I've seen to this inside wall at Charlotte. Points leader. Involved, he has an onboard camera. That Napa Chevrolet is torn up. Not to mention Joe Jefferson took a pretty hard hit as well there as he got spun around after hitting the 05. Joe Sandrovich in the 20 leads us back to the caution. His teammate behind him in second. It'll be another restart. It'll be late in this race. It'll be around 6-5 laps to go. Can Sandrovich hang on? Can someone else from the back of the pack come up front to win? The restart will come with 7 laps to go, so a lot of time still left here at Charlotte. From that crash, Tim Randolph is out. Your points leader is 26th, 1 lap down, as Jeffrey Buford, second in points, is 20th on the lead lap. So Joe Jefferson could lose the points leader, lose some points to Buford. So Joe St. George has the race lead. Jake Galloway is second. Patrick Smith third. Fourth is Alex Stewart. Rounding out the top 5, Steve Morgan. That's the restart. Green flag back out. Pretty good restart there for the front two. Jake Galloway got a little bit of a better restart than the 20. Does he peak low? Here he goes into turn 1, looking low. As the 39 of Alex Stewart goes for third. Down the backstretch, Galloway going to try and clear right here. But the 20 keeping it tough on the outside lane. Levi Jones is to the bottom lane. Here he comes in the 15. Is that Marcus Sachi in the 66 as well? As they race through 3 and 4. Jake Galloway trying to lead them back. They'll see 6 laps to go this time. But Alex Stewart comes to the bottom lane. Here comes the 39. 6 to go at Charlotte. And it's anybody's race at the front. And the 87, the last car in this pack. It's an 11-car pack that could win. It could be even more, though. If these guys possibly reckon most of the people get damage, who knows, maybe the 16, some others can try and squeak through and win. They'll come and see 5 laps to go this time. They're side by side once again up front. Schultz looks to make another 3-wide move. But he backs out. He thinks better of it. He knows there's a lot of time left to make his move. 5 laps left at Charlotte in the Pepsi 300. If the yellow comes out, the race is over. Schultz can make it 3 wide through 1. Down the backstretch, they are 3 wide. Schultz a little bit of a contact there with Steve Morgan. Last season, Schultz won this race by leading them back to the yellow flag. And now they're stacked up 3 wide just to bring out yellow and end the race. Jones, Sachi, 1-2. Stewart into the wall. Down to Galloway, but he saves the car. We're still racing with 4 to go now. Marcus Sachi, Michael Ferris feeling lucky down there. As Sachi gets side by side with the 15 as they come off of 2. 3 wide back there to Kurligan, Joe Sandroge, and Alex Stewart beating and banging. As Sachi gonna try and get to the race lane 3 and 4 right here. Now the damaged car's falling out of the pack. And McDowell barely in touch in 12th. Sachi is cleared with now 3 laps of racing to go, but Michael Ferris and Jake Galloway, 2 teammates, are in the bottom lane. And they got 2 more Toyotas behind those 2. Say the front 5 and the inside are Toyotas. The 66, the 18, the 11, the 09, and the 87. All Toyotas in the front. Toyotas brought their A game to Charlotte, but will they get to victory lane? So many cars hungry to win. Ferris sideways off of 4. They see 2 laps of racing to go. 3 miles left at Charlotte. The outside lane hanging tough. Can Sachi get it done? Ferris put 3 whites in the middle. Galloway comes up. They're making contact. The leaders are in the wall. They save it for now. We're still racing back. No, there they go in the backstretch. Galloway's gotten away. The yellow flag will come out. Come to the white flag. And Galloway, if he can get by Cole, Luigi will win. He comes off the corner, almost gets wrecked by Luigi. Luigi thinks better of it, gets down low. Galloway back in front to win. Wow. I have no words to describe what has just happened in this race. Galloway wins. Ferris second. Third Smith. Fourth Cook. Fifth Steve Morgan. Front 5 are Toyotas. How about the 19 Juan Garcia? Look at that car, it ends up 8th. The 01 ends up 10th. Jeff Bright 11th. TJ Hanley 12th. Some of these drivers that didn't think they would have a shot at the end, they end up inside the top 10, inside the top 20. The damage to all these guys back here. A lot of cars hit hard. Galloway, can he make it to the start-finish line to win at Charlotte? It's been a wacky Charlotte race. It's been a destructive Charlotte race. The car that finishes inside the top 8, I believe Juan Garcia finishes 8th. Look at the damage to that car back there, the 19. They come across to see the checker flag. Jake Galloway in the 11, a winner in the Target Series here at Charlotte. The Pepsi 300 belongs to Galloway. He wins. What a chaotic finish that was. They almost made it. They were 4 wide. They almost had it missed. But so many cars pile up there at the end. Shones in the 15, one of them. How did this final caution come in? I believe that was caution number 4. So much happening. We have to go back to 1 and 2. They're going 4 wide again, but it's a lot of 4 wide. This is almost 5 wide. Patrick Smith underneath Galloway, underneath Ferris, but Jones is outside the 18. Also outside the 18 is the 66. That's almost 5 wide right there. They make some contact right there at the 11, push up into the 18. 18 gets in the 66, the 15 as well. They save it right there. The 09 and the 87 take to the apron. They save their cars. And then right there, San George just hooks the 15 a little bit. They get to see Morgan. Morgan up into Sachi. Sachi goes around. And then this in front of the pack, here comes Adam McDowell in the 16. He'll hit right there just a little bit into Sachi. Oh, McDowell went, oh, he wiped out Eli. He got Eli. Hanley in the 44, I think, drove through it all. Did he not? Oh, my gosh. Oh, that is a hard crash. So the first wreck happens right there. And then McDowell right there just barely gets damaged, trying to control the car. Now he gets up into Eli. Whoa, TJ Hanley somehow missed that crash. Oh, what a hard hit. Buford right into Adam McDowell. Oh! 38 with the hard hit. And then the 70 of Luke Rainey got even damaged. Right there, the 62 gets her damage. The 70 of Luke Rainey gets damaged right there. That was about a 50 million part crash. What a hard crash for some of these drivers. Oh my lord, what is happening here at Charlotte? Mayhem, demolition derby you could call it. And somehow Jake Galloway gets away to win. Right there. Oh, look at TJ. Oh. And right here. Oh, out of nowhere, the 16 just comes flying up the track. And then gets hit even more. Eli's sitting over there. There's Shones going by. Marcus Sachi going by as they were both crashed. There's the 38 getting involved. And many others. We have to go on board TJ Hanley just to see how he missed this crash. He ends up 12th after missing this crash. Look at the front end of that car now demolished. You would think that at that point he's just going for a top 25. But here he is in contention to get a top 15. He actually gets 12th. So you come off of 2, you see all this smoke on the backstretch starting to form. You're thinking, oh my gosh, they're crashing. Where do I go? Where do I go? You think that you see the tire marks down low. You see the 60 coming up right there. Missed the 16 and somehow missed all those guys. If he didn't have to let off, you'd think he could have gotten the top 10 right there. Kurgan was 10th in front of him. And that ends the race with Jake Galloway out front. He almost got, if they would have gotten crashed by Code Luigi, that would have been the craziest finish I think I've ever seen. Galloway wins at Charlotte. Let's go check the finishing results. Here are the finish results from the wild race, the Pepsi 300 at Charlotte. There are 4 caution flags for 13 laps and 14 lead changes among 10 different drivers. And Jake Galloway wins the race by leading 3 laps. He was there at the end. He missed all those crashes. He ends up winning. Michael Ferris, his teammate, ends up second. Another Toyota driver, Patrick Smith, third. Another Toyota driver, Rowan Cook, fourth. Another Toyota driver, Steve Morgan, rounds out the top 5. So Toyota has finished top 5 here today. Alex Stewart in 6th, Hunter Power 7th, Juan Garcia in 8th, Joe Sandroj, who was tied for the most laps out of Levi Schoen. Sandroj ends up 9th. Kurgan rounds out the top 10. So there's your top 20. Jeff Bright, TJ Hanley, both had some pretty severe damage to their cars. They ended up 11th, 12th. Michael Sanders didn't have a nose. He ends up 14th. Levi Schoen, as we mentioned, tied for the most laps led. He ends up 15th after being involved in that final crash, and only 15 cars finished on the lead lap. And a lot of these drivers that had their laps down actually end up out of the race. Code Luigi was out there running around. He almost got lapped about 5 different times today. He only got lapped at the end. He ends up 20th. What a great day for that 32 car, just persevering through all the mayhem that happened. Points leader Joe Jefferson ends up 23rd from starting 3rd, but he ends up keeping the points lead. Jennifer Buford only gained a few points on him. Buford finishes 23rd, so actually Joe Jefferson gained points because he led laps, so he gained 2 points on Jennifer Buford after tonight's race. So many cars out, so many crashes. Let's go look at the point standings. After the wacky race at Charlotte, here are the point standings. Joe Jefferson has the points lead by 63 points over Jennifer Buford, who is 2nd. Third is Joe Sandroj. Code Luigi falls to 4th. Jim Gambit is 5th. They have Steve Morgan in 6th. Jonathan Buford 7th. Eli Bright 8th. Jose Fernandez 9th. And Patrick Smith rounds out the top 10. So there's your top 20. Gatlin Downing and Rowan Cook, both winners outside the top 10. Jake Galloway into the top 20 with his victory here tonight and right now in chase contention. How about Joe Jefferson? 8 top 10s on the season. But he's not been the most dominant. Eli Bright has 5 top 5s. Gatlin Downing has 5 top 5s. Both those drivers have been their only top 10s are their top 5s. Downey and Bright. My oh my. What a race that was. That was so wild. Right now in the top 20, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 winners. 7 of our 12 spots right there in the top 20. They go down 8 right there. It's Justin Heath. 9th, Tim Ranoff. 10th, Adam McDowell. And 11th is Alexander. He's barely on the cut line. Only 27 points above. Justin Zidell down here with the win. Down below, Luke Rainey as well. They have to try and do something here to get into the top 30. It's going to be a lot of work for Luke Rainey and his team. They could definitely do it, but it almost seems like an impossible task at this point. So the next race, you thought this one was wild. This one will be crazy. It's the NR2003 at Talladega. See you guys then.